Hello everyone and welcome to another StarCraft 2 commentary with EXO. And today I'm going to be looking at a best of 5 series, actually the Craft Cup final, between Tarson spawning as the red Terran in the lower side of the map, or let's say the 2 o'clock position, and Bly as the blue Zerg spawning at the 12 o'clock position. So, first map is going to be Scrap Station, as you all can see, and I'm pretty excited about this match. I slept until, I was very tired. I slept a lot today. I woke up and I said, boy, I got some work to do. Been sleeping too much. I gotta get back onto my rageesports.com. So gotta get back on my work. And found this match. I was browsing through loads of replays, and I said, well, I haven't cast a best of 5 or best of 3, generally any series, in a long time. And I've just been looking at individual matches, really, and really chose this one. Check some comments about it. Seems to be great. I don't watch my replays before, and I told you guys that, and please don't tell me to do so, because I really think that not being spontaneous as a caster is really I don't know, it's like cheating. It's like, it's fake. It doesn't really feel right, you know, at least to me it doesn't. So we're gonna look at these guys and what they're gonna be doing, starting off with 13 racks over here. No gas yet. There we go, the gas. If you start, in case you guys don't know, just gonna outline something in the build order for Terran. If you start your gas pretty much at the same time with your barracks, I mean, if you start barracks on 13 and if you have a gas finished before your racks and you start the racks at about 13, you can get the factory right after the barracks finishes. So in this case, you won't be able to. You saw the refinery started to get built just after the barracks started to be built as well. So the Overlord is gonna take a look over here. This is really a good map for Zerg. I mean, you have this really good fast expand over here, and Bly obviously is taking it. You also have very short travel distance this way with your Overlord, and the Overlord can really make its way up here and not really have any issues. You can see if there's going to be some funky stuff like Reaper openings or anything, but in this case, not much to worry about. This SCV is taking a look at Bly's base as well. Now, what I see a lot of Zerg doing, especially on Scrap Station, is they really do go for Muta Ling. I mean, Muta Ling is really good on this map. I mean, Muta Ling, Baneling, obviously transitioning into Banelings, but it's also because you can get them really fast, and if the opponent doesn't really scout it out, if you manage to hide your Spire like somewhere around here, if you spread creep, the scan won't come down here and you won't be scouted here, like no way. But we see a Roach Warren going down actually. You can actually get those Mutalisk and harass a bunch of SCVs, kill off a bunch of SCVs before your enemy can actually do something about it, because the travel distance is indeed so slow. And you can also go for drops. I mean, I've seen some Zerg. I don't know why more Zerg don't do this on this map. It's really great. You can just use those Mutas and then later on get the upgrade for Overlords, get the speed and the transportation, and just go do a really good drop over here. I mean, either Banelings or Zerglings, you know, take out all the workers and even some production buildings. And we see the wall off is complete right now, so choosing to get the reactor placed on the factory right now, going for some Helions, and we see him rallied over here. That's probably gonna mean he's gonna try harassing the natural, although a queen is out here and at the main as well. Let's see what those roaches are gonna be doing. If we have, yep, 2 roaches on the way, almost out. And that Zerling trying to take a peek over here, sees those 2 Helions on the way. Shouldn't really be much of a problem. These rocks are still in place, and the roaches plus the queens are gonna be enough to deal with the Helions. I'm gonna be surprised if he manages to take out more than 1 drone. So let's see how. Nope, he actually does back off with those Helions. And now we see some more add-on switching. There we go, the starport on the reactor. Gonna see a tech lab probably over here right now. And we have 2 Vikings on the way, actually. 2 Vikings. So those are also very good for scouting, especially since you see the Zerg is like getting roaches. You're not gonna have to worry about anti-air stuff. I mean, the only thing that could really do something are the queens, and you can just go off sniping Overlords, especially scouting Overlords, or yeah, for instance, take a look at these Overlords. That's 300 minerals in early game, plus this Overlord here, and yeah, Vikings are pretty good at dealing with those stray Overlords, and it's actually quite uncomfortable many people don't talk about this, but it's not just the money, it's also the larva that you have to invest at Zerg. So if you lose, plus the time, of course, when you get supply blocked, it's really uncomfortable. And there we go, 2 Vikings on the way, and they're gonna start sniping some overlords here and there. That one, look how fast this is going down. Yep, there we go, it's already down. And he's gonna take a look at the base, see what tech buildings Bly may have tried to hide, but nothing really there. And I don't know if he knows. No, this overlord is really taking a hike a little towards the edge of the map. And 2 more Vikings on the way. And here's another overlord, which is yep, there we go. This is gonna get sniped as well. That's already 200 minerals. Actually, this is quite an efficient tactic to pull off against Zerg when they go for roaches, because your Vikings really aren't gonna be threatened by anything mostly. But you also have to be careful with your unit production, because a counter push from the Zerg can be quite menacing. Here we have 3 roaches planted at the natural expansion of Tarson. Obviously, this is so Tarson can't really land the command center there yet. But these Vikings are actually they're gonna spot everything. Yep, I think they're on patrol right now, aren't they? No, they're just moving. Seem to me like they're having that path over there. And let's see what's going on down here. So that gas is going down pretty late. A lot of mineral intensive play till now from Bly. Obviously didn't need so much gas because of all the roaches, but he is getting the roach speed right now, and an infestation pit. So that means that any infantry is going to be in a lot of trouble, because you know, fungal growth and roaches is still quite a good combination. Even though it is not as potent as banelings, you still have your roaches. I mean, oh, this is a good push over here, sending all the drones back, and the Helians are going to roast quite a lot. Oh, and they're in a line. Oh, that is really bad. And another shot there. Oh, that's really uncomfortable. Wouldn't want to be in his position right now, in Bly's position. And this expansion is most likely going to go down. Gonna get sniped right now. Bunch of queens over here and some roaches, and more roaches on the way. I think when these hatch, Bly is gonna try pushing this army away. Although the drop, I mean, this is really good play. Landing the Vikings plus all the infantry and the 2 medevacs, that's really a great force to push with. And you can also, I mean, they all survived. You saw how many drones died, the expansion died, and basically Tarson not losing anything. So Tarson is looking really great right now. Yep, there we go. Orbital command is almost done. So we're gonna see that landing over here after, of course, this roach dies. And we have Burrow on the way for the Zerg player, and Tunneling Claws. So there we go. There we go. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good upgrade to have if you want to harass with roaches. 1 missile turret going down over there, and I don't see any other missile turrets really. I don't know if Tarson is gonna be prepared for this. I think that Burrowed Roaches with that upgrade, while there's no Raven out and no turrets really all over the place, can do quite a lot of damage. I'm gonna take a look over here what's happening. So still a bunch of queens. These queens are good to have. They're good for obviously the more queens you have, the more transfuse you can pull off. That's something people need to remember. Queens are such an underrated unit. I don't know why people don't use them more. They're quite cheap. I mean, 150, and they're just, I mean, they have the same HP as a roach. If they have more, actually, 175, and they have so many uses. Plus that they attack air, and they're really a great offensive unit as well if you manage to spread the creep. I mean, I've seen quite some good games where players just bring loads of queens along with their ultralisk and just mass transfuse the ultras, and the ultras are so great when they're getting transfused like that. They can soak up so much damage. And there we see a bunch of creeps. Oh, these are gonna get taken out though, I think. Yeah, yep. And here we have the push coming in from this side. Let's see how much damage this can actually do. Yep, there we go, moving them. Yep. So. Let's see if he's gonna get any real good damage here. But the push is coming this way, so I'm not exactly sure what is Tarson. These SCVs are gonna go down. Definitely. The Tarson is moving back. He doesn't really want to lose everything he has here, but he's not moving back with everything. There we go. Now he's pulling off everything, and a bunch of roaches in the mineral line at the main, sniping all the SCVs he can. There we go. A lot of SCVs going down. Whoa. That's actually a lot of SCVs, and those roaches, they're gone, but damage has been dealt, and all the SCVs here died as well. These roaches are still alive, so A really good economic blow there from Bly. I like that. I really like it. Good idea with the roaches. Can't really say anything. And he's bunching his overlords together in a safer position. He doesn't want those pesky Vikings taking them off one by one like they did before. Let's see what the players are going to transition into right now. And this is going to be pretty big. Although he doesn't have that many siege tanks, I'm not sure how good that's going to be. Let's see. So the stim is going down, and the roaches are taking quite a lot of damage. He needs to back off while that stim is active. There we go. A lot more roaches coming in to help, but I'm not sure if this is gonna. He really needs Zerglings. I mean, Zerglings is really what he needs, because he's actually trying to transfuse what he can, but they're dying so fast. I mean, look at this, and the Marauders are really, really good against roaches. Not much he can do. He needs to get. Why is he insisting with all these roaches? I don't get it, seriously. This is just Marauder intensive. You get. All you need to do is get a lot of Zerglings and you take this down. He's making a mistake right now, and I don't understand why he insists on all these roaches. Obviously a fungal growth would have been great as well. Could have gotten an infestor out. I'm not sure exactly. I agree with Bly's tactic right here. I mean, this is a perfect example for tunnel vision right here and pulling the drones off. This is these are clear signs of, you know, hysteria when you're really overwhelmed and stuff. And I really don't think Bly can do anything about it right now. Instead of getting all those roaches when the push was coming, just get Zerglings and one infestor or two infestors, whatever, and it would have been enough. There we go. GG goes off and Bly loses this game. I like what he did with the roaches moving in here and at the natural. It was a great move. Did the damage, but when you see so many Marauders, I mean, when it's clear that you have all these Marauders, how can you counter so many Marauders with just roaches? You can't. Marauders are the anti-roach unit, basically. Not to mention that they have stim, something that you don't have. I say that 30 Zerglings mixed in with the roaches you already had from before would have just dealt with this just great. I mean, no problem, and probably just transition into Banelings from that. I mean, get a Spire or just go with Roach Baneling and the Infestor. It's great. I mean, it works. You don't really need Mutas or something, but I mean, I don't understand why some players, you know, it's that stubbornness that gets formed in your head when you see that your forces are all dying and stuff. You know, you want to make more stuff, you know, and hey, I'm gonna make a lot of shit right now, you know, and he's not gonna be able to stop it, you know. But it's not that way, because if you make the exact same stuff, I mean, this is really, in StarCraft, something that has to sink in everybody's heads. When you see something ain't working, and it doesn't work once, twice, 3 times, and you keep on making the same thing, you're obviously gonna bury yourself. It ain't gonna work if it didn't work before. Especially if your opponent isn't really switching tactics. I mean, he's going for a Marauder, and you're falling into it with roaches, then it ain't gonna work. Anyway, off to game number 2. This is a best of 5, as I said, and first game goes to Tarson, and I'll see you guys in the next game.